All right, let's talk about something that a lot of really smart, successful people grapple with. It's this strange paradox. Why is it that the more you achieve, the less satisfied you seem to feel? If you've ever hit a massive goal and your first thought was, okay, what's next? Then yeah, this one's for you. Let's dive into why that happens. So let's just put the main question right out there. You work your tail off, you grind, you finally get that thing you were chasing. And for a second, it's amazing. You feel on top of the world, but then, poof, it kind of just fades, and you're left with that same old restless feeling. So, what's the deal? Why is that feeling of success so incredibly fleeting? Well, the short answer is pretty wild. It's because your brain, and especially a high IQ brain, is an absolute beast when it comes to adaptation. It's literally designed to make your new, amazing reality feel normal as fast as possible, which, kind of neutralizes the very feeling you worked so hard to get. So, how exactly is this powerful machine in your head working against your own satisfaction? To really get it, we need to pop the hood and look at what's going on in the engine room of your mind. It turns out there are three main culprits, three neurological processes that team up to create what some scientists call a satisfaction treadmill. And if you have a brain that's wired for high performance, yeah, these things are basically on hyperdrive. Okay, first up, we've got something called hedonic adaptation. Think of it like your brain's emotional thermostat. No matter how high something spikes your happiness, a huge promotion, a big win, this system works overtime to bring you right back to your personal baseline. It's the reason lottery winners are often no happier a year later. You're on a treadmill, you see, running like crazy just to stay in the exact same spot satisfaction-wise. Next, there's novelty decay. You know that incredible shine everything has when it's new? Our brains are absolutely wired to love that feeling. But here's the thing, new has an expiration date. As that amazing new thing becomes your normal everyday thing, the excitement just naturally fades away. And look, this isn't some kind of personal failing. It's just fundamentally how our brains work. And our third culprit is dopamine recalibration. This one is a biggie. When you achieve something, you get that great rush of dopamine, right? The brain's reward chemical. But your brain is smart. It adapts. It resets what it considers normal, which means the next time, that same achievement just doesn't deliver the same punch. To get the same feeling, you need an even bigger win. Your brain is literally moving the goalposts on you. So, if our brains are basically hardwired this way, are we just doomed to be dissatisfied? Well, no. The answer isn't to fight your own wiring. That's about all you're going to lose. The secret is to understand it. And this leads us to a really important distinction between two mindsets, being driven by growth versus being driven by reward. So you've got two basic paths here. On the one hand, you've got the reward-driven mindset. This is all about the finish line, the trophy, the external validation. But as we've just seen, that's a recipe for a constant chase. Then on the other hand, you have the growth-driven mindset. And here, the focus shifts completely. It's not about the destination anymore. It's about the journey itself, the puzzle, the learning, the struggle. See, the growth-driven mind basically finds a cheat code for that brain treadmill we talked about. When your satisfaction comes from the process itself, from solving the hard problem or learning a new skill, the reward becomes continuous. You're not just waiting for one big dopamine spike at the end, you're getting little hits of it all along the way. Your curiosity becomes your fuel, and suddenly the journey is the reward. And all of this brings us to the most important takeaway of all, a really powerful, game-changing way to think about that restless feeling we started with. It's time to completely reframe what that feeling actually is. Think about it. We're always told that restlessness is a problem, right? That it's a flaw in our wiring, a bug in the system that keeps us from just being content, something we need to fix so we can finally be happy. But what if that's all wrong? What if we've been looking at it completely backward this whole time? What if that feeling isn't a bug at all, but a feature, a core part of your operating system, intentionally designed and honed over thousands of years for a very, very important purpose? And here is the absolute key. Restlessness isn't unhappiness. It is a signal. It's your brain telling you that it was built for evolution, not for comfort. It's a system designed for progress, not for sitting still. That nagging feeling, that little voice in your head that's always asking, so, what's next? That's not a flaw. That's your engine. That's the very same force that has pushed every great invention, every discovery, every single leap forward in human history. It's not something to be suppressed. It's a powerful force to be understood and aimed. So from now on, when you achieve something incredible and you feel that familiar pull of what's next, don't mistake it for a failure to be happy. Recognize it for what it truly is. It's a compass. It's hardwired into you, ready to point you toward the next challenge, the next lesson, the next stage of your growth. The only question left is, where will you let it point you next?